Hey there, Heather, ho there, it's Jeff Cutter Diamond welcoming you to another Stone Cold Hockey Tournament. We are doing the finale of the 32 team tourney in which, you go by yearly tournaments, 11 years, top 3 teams from each year qualify for a 32 team tournament. One unlucky team got the axe. That was the 94 Whalers. And you gotta fight for your spots. So as we look at the goal scoring, Tomas Sandstrom of the 91 Kings has 14 goals. He leads Nathan McKinnon and David Pastrnak both with 13 in the 32-team tournament. Luke Robitaille 4th, Derek Sanderson 5th. Points wise, Wayne Gretzky, as he always does, 34 points. He leads everyone. Nathan McKinnon, Mikko Rantanen, and Cole Makar were there too, but they're not there. Pastrnak, Phil Esposito with 24 points. Goaltending, Laz Olmark 9-2. Yet his team is not in the final. The teams that are in the final are Daniel Beaufune and Jerry Cheevers, 8th and 12th on the goals against list. How? This is the bracket. The number 8 seed 1968 Bruins take on the number 16 seed 91 Kings. The 68 Bruins won the 1968 tournament, beating Montreal, and the 91 Kings team took second to Mario Lemieux and the Penguins in that tournament. Nevertheless, 91 Kings and 68 Bruins. The 68 Bruins. Jerry Cheevers 8-3. Eddie Johnston 4-3. Andre Gill played one game and did okay. How did these teams make it? Well, the 68 Bruins actually had to go to a tiebreaker against the 65 Leafs and beat them in Game 5. Then they swept the 2022 Rangers. Then they took care of the 68 Habs again, 4 games. And then they faced the 23 Bruins and should have been defeated by them, but they beat them in Game 7. So a big win for the 68 Bruins winning Game 7. They take on the 91 LA Kings. Kelly Rudy 5-5, but Devio Beaufune 8-2. So if they both have split, things 10 games started and all that. Points wise for the 91 Kings, Gretzky with 34, Robitaille 22, Sandstrom 21. You can tell that Gretzky is Wayne Gretzky. And the 68 Bruins, if we go back, Phil Esposito 24 points, Johnny Busick, Derek Sanderson, and Tommy Williams with 17. So anyway, the 91 Kings took on the 94 Red Wings, beat them in 4. Then they took on the 06 Flames and beat them in 4. Before taking care of the 71 Rangers, who were a 5 seed. Although it took the 5th in deciding game, and then they had to go to Game 7 against the 2022 Avalanche, who were the number 1 seed overall, and beat them 4 games to 3. So they've actually had a couple of dramatics, but so too have the 68 Bruins with the dramatics. So now we will focus. Game 1 of the finals sees LA win in overtime. Rudy beats Cheevers. 68 Bruins. Phil Esposito is 9th. Ken Hodge Sr. is 4th. Pye McKenzie is 11th and is 12th. And that 91 Kings. Todd Ellick is 4th. Steve Casper is 3rd. Tomas Sandstrom is 15th. And Jay Miller is 6th. In overtime at 2:58, Steve Duchesne for the point scored from Luke Robitaille. So Duchesne does his job with the winning goal. Game 2 sees Boston come back to win in overtime themselves. Johnston beats Beaufune. LA goes by Luke Robitaille 13th. Tomas Sandstrom his 16th. But Boston, Skip Craig his 3rd. Ken Hodge Sr. his 5th. And then in overtime with Mike Donnelly in the box, Phil Esposito is 10th from Johnny Busick. And the 68 Bruins have tied the series. Game 3 sees the Bruins win 4-3 as Johnston beats Rudy. 91 Kings. Dave Taylor is 5th. Luke Robitaille is 14th. And Tony Granato is 8th. The 68 Bruins, Busick, the Chief, his 7th. Ed Westfall, his 3rd. Don Aubrey finally scoring a goal. And Pye McKenzie, his 13th. Were the goal scorers, McKenzie the hero. Game 4 sees the Kings come back to win 3-2. Rudy beats Cheevers. The 68 team, Espo his 11th, Shaq his 6th. Gretzky scoring a goal from Robitaille, then McSorley his 2nd, postseason. And then Sandstrom, his 17th. He's been on fire for the 91 Kings. 17 goals, amazing. The pivotal game 5 goes to the Kings. Rudy beats Cheevers, 68 Bruins. Fred Stanfield has 6. Skip Craig has 4th. Phil Esposito has 12th. And Johnny Busick has 8th. The 91 Kings. Tony Granado has 9th. Rob Blake has 5th. Wayne Gretzky has 10th. Luke Robitaille has 15th. And then Dave Taylor, the winning goal, has 6th. So the 91 Kings can win this tournament. So let's go to game 6, because we've only wasted 5 minutes of your time. The 68 Bruins will send Cheevers against Rudy. So we'll see what Boston comes up with. They need this. Their real record didn't look good. The Kings looked good. Anyway, the 68 Bruins have Phil Esposito, John Busick, Pye McKenzie, Ken Hodge Sr., Derek Sanderson, Eddie Shack, Fred Stanfield, Tommy Williams, the American, Ed Westfall, Bobby Orr, Glenn Saver, yeah, that Glenn Saver, Ted Green, Skip Craig, Dallas Smith, Don Ollery, Gary Doak, Russ Lonsberry, Wayne Cashman, John Arbor, Ron Murphy, and Barry Gibbs. The Kings have Luke Robitaille, Thomas Sandstrom, Wayne Gretzky, Tony Granado, Dave Taylor, Bob Kudelski, Steve Duchesne, Todd Ellick, John Tonelli, Rob Blake, Steve Casper, Brad Jones, Jay Miller, John McIntyre, Marty McSorley, Brian Benning, Mike Donnelly, Rod Buskus, Scott Bukestad, Larry Robinson, Kitchener, Francis Burrow, Bob Helkadis, Jim Thompson, and Timmy Waters. So here we go. 3 minutes into the game. Boston's in the PK. It's Sanderson for 2 minutes. Can the Kings capitalize? Gretzky, not a chance. Segment, killed. And LA gets a penalty for retaliation. I've seen Sandstrom in the box for 2 minutes. Does Boston capitalize? Yes, they do. The Chief, Johnny Busick, his 9th from Esposito, who's got 20 assists. That doesn't sound like Phil Esposito at all. But yeah, Busick from Esposito, and it's 1-0 for Boston. 3 minutes later. A chance for the Kings. Brad Jones? No. 5 minutes later. Fitzgill! Robbie Blake, his 6th from Gretzky and Casper. 31 assists for Gretzky. Amazing how he's passing the puck around. Casper, but Rob Blake is the hero. For this goal, it's 1-1. And that will be that for the first period. The 68 Bruins lead by a score of, well, 1-1. They're trying to force a Game 7 back at the Garden. Busick from Esposito and Blake from Gretzky and Casper are your goal scorers. 1-1. 6 minutes later, Boston will go to the PK. It's Pye McKenzie for 2 minutes. So let's see if I can reply. They do! Skior! Pop, power play goal. Stevie Duchesne, who scored in overtime in one of the games. He pops up for a 7th from Blake and Casper. So Casper with another assist. I think that's 2 today for him. And Blake's got 2 points. 3 minutes later. LA goes on the PK. It's Helkadis for 2 minutes. So can Boston tie it up? Eddie Shack? No. Couldn't clear the track. But they score again. Eddie Westfall. The West should fall. His 4th from Sanderson and Glenn Saver with an assist. Amazing. So Boston's tied it up at 2. Much later. LA chance, Lucky Luke? No. No, and we got ourselves overtime. Not yet, but 2-2 after 2. Boston with a chance to force Game 7. LA with a chance to win this amazing series. 3 minutes left. Chance for the Kings. Granado? No. 2 minutes. Boston Chetsky or Esposito. Not Esposito. Esposito with his 13th from Stanfield. So Espo can score the goals when he needed to. That's when you need it. 5 minutes later. Gretzky. That's why he's dangerous. He's the great Wayne Gretzky for a reason. His 11th from Dave Taylor, who's been around forever. And the Kings have tied her up. Then 4 minutes later. Kings score! Kudowski, his 6th from Alec. And the Kings are up 4-3. Unbelievable. Empty net. McKenzie trying for something. They're trying. Doesn't look like it. That's it! The LA Kings, the 91 LA Kings are your tournament champions. What a win for the 91 Kings. They did it. Wayne Gretzky's got a trophy with the LA Kings. It may be a small trophy, but it's a trophy nevertheless. And the LA Kings are your champions. In 6 games, Rudy beats Cheevers. The 91 Kings, Rob Blake, Steve Duchesne, Wayne Gretzky, and Bob Kudowski with the goals. The 68 Bruins, Johnny Busick, Ed Westfall, and Phil Esposito. Unbelievable, but the LA Kings are your champions. 4-3. They win. They were down 2-1, but they didn't let it bother them, and the 16 seed goes all the way to win. They beat the 17, 10, 5, 1, and then number 8. So 4 top 10 teams were taken out by the Kings. So great job what they did and all that. Rudy 9-6. Buffon was 8-3. Gretzky 42 points in the 5 playoff rounds. Robitaille with 31, Sandstrom with 25. Well, Sandstrom had 17 goals, so that's amazing. Gretzky 31 assists. Unbelievable. Look at the summary. The goals, Sandstrom and Robitaille 1-2 in the goals. 68 Bruins, Espo and McKenzie tied for 3rd. Points-wise, it was Gretzky. Espo was 2nd, but Gretzky 42 points. Espo with more assists than goals. That doesn't sound right. LA Kings, Buffon 11th, goals against, Rudy 16th. Cheevers was 13th. And Johnston was 15th. But, you know, they weren't high goals against. Linus Ullmark, 9-2. Like, you gotta put him in the net more often. 164. But yeah, the 68 Bruins tried their best. But the LA Kings got them. So, I wonder. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, I didn't. Alright, so that's your... We'll look at the final bracket for the 91 Kings being the champions that they are. They had to go to 2 deciding games. They could have lost to the 71 Rangers. They could have lost to the 22 Avalanche and they would not have made it through the playoff round. But they did, and then they almost went to Game 7 again, but they took care of business in the 3rd period, and Bob Kudowski will be forever a hero in anyone's eyes. It was funny how the semifinals, if there was a 16-team tournament, that would have been the round of 16. 1 versus 16, 8 versus 9. And yet it ended up being the semifinals. And then the finals was 8 versus 16. So that's kind of weird. But yeah, the 68 Bruins tried their best, but they couldn't beat the 91 LA Kings. And Gretzky gives LA a trophy of some sort. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.